Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Today, it's Evan on soccer. And at the end of this, I'll talk about how I might coach a soccer team if I were a coach today. What I would do if I were a coach that's unique and different from how coaches usually coach soccer. Um, a little about me is I played soccer most of my life, from a young age, I think 10 or younger, um, on a team, including refereeing at the age of 14 and 15. I was an actual referee for younger kids' soccer games. Um, I stopped playing competitively outdoor soccer after high school graduation. I did not play on a college team. Um, However, I did play indoor as long as I could find a team with um, which was a couple of years after graduation. Um, I was varsity soccer team um, for three out of the four high school years. I made varsity. Freshman year, I was on JV. Um, I started on freshman team at like one or two games, and then they moved me up to JV. I had missed the daily doubles freshman year because of a vacation. um, some about our soccer club. We had set plays, however, I didn't remember them being that successful. And after I would win the ball, I would pass too much. So I'd win the ball, and then instead of dribbling some or trying to get past other players to make openings for the defense to attract me before I passed the ball, I would pass the ball too quickly. Either that or I was taking shots too far away. I didn't score a single goal in all of now. Granted, I mostly played center defense. I did not score a single goal in our whole 4 seasons of soccer. Um, so yeah. Um, Looking back, more dribbling the soccer ball and trying to win one-on-one situations to force an out-of-position defense could have led to a better results, essentially doing the opposite of what we did competitively in high school. There was no dribbling from the back, J- like if you're in a certain spot, and especially kind of close to the midfield, and you're dribbling, um, I mean, if you can defeat get past the defense or the guy guarding you, then it throws off their entire team. And if you know you've got people behind you in case you mess up, because I wasn't sweeper, then instead of just clearing the ball and then um, uh, hoping that a forward gets it, you know, uh, those situations I think were were a little under taught. And it wasn't the coach's fault. It wasn't any of that. It was kind of just people wanting the ball themselves so that they could make plays, and me getting them listening to the pass too soon. Like pass was a good thing. It was good to pass to somebody. All our warm ups were passing drills, and so it was good to pass. It was like I was a good person, and so I would pass the ball. It wasn't about strategy or winning or dribbling past a defender and figuring out what to do in space. Making taking dribbling is using up as much space as you can to attract the defense and then passing the ball. It was a little rushed. So and that leads us to statistics in soccer. You got assists, you got goals. However, you don't have passes and stops. So you don't count how many times a defender stops an oncoming offensive player, and you don't count how many times an offensive player passes a defensive player. Those stats would be nice. You could know who's good with the ball, um, progressing the ball in a game. So, how well a player can dribble past other players is a good indication of how good a player they are. However, they don't keep that stat in mind. So, if I were a coach, I told you I'd get to this at the end, so I'm going to get to this at the end, and I'm going to get to it now. If I were a coach, instead of just doing drills to do drills and disciplining the team when they're off task, I would go through the variables of soccer. Try to teach them dribbling past people, even if it's not going to win a game. Play like 5 games and play each of those games in it with a different strategy. It's just the preseason or the season. It's not like it's the the finals or qualifications for state or districts. Play games with a different strategy each time, having different players play a different way so you can find out the strengths and weaknesses. Don't just play the same way every game, expecting that that's the best way when you haven't tried the other ways of playing soccer. So, running through the variables of soccer is what I would do if I were coach. Um, and then kind of let the players decide during the game how they want to play once they know the different variables and they're okay with doing the different variables and not feeling pressure to be good and pass or do something that is not advantageous for the team to win. All right, that's Evan on soccer. I will talk to you later and see ya.